Greetings, devoted viewers of TV Day's Drama Digest. It's us, your trusted guides through the labyrinth of emotional twists and turns that define the world of daytime television. Today, we're diving headfirst into a storyline that has left fans reeling, hearts pounding, and tissues in short supply. On Days of Our Lives, the saga of Javi, Leo, and their quest to adopt young Tesoro has taken a dark and devastating turn. The bombshell revelation? Javi is haunted by the tragic death of his daughter, a secret so heavy it threatens to unravel his dreams, his relationships, and perhaps even his very soul. If you're as gripped by this gut-wrenching plot as we are, buckle up, because we're about to unpack every tear-soaked detail, explore the murky questions surrounding this tragedy, and speculate on what it all means for Javi's future. For the full emotional roller coaster, don't forget to check out our latest video on the TV Day's Drama Digest channel, where we break it all down with clips, commentary, and plenty of gasps. This isn't just another soap opera subplot, it's a story that cuts deep, stirring up questions of guilt, redemption, and the shadows of the past. What happened to Javi's daughter? Why does her death cast such a long shadow over his life? And could Javi himself be entangled in the tragedy in ways we've yet to uncover? Let's dive into the heart of this mystery, peeling back the layers of grief, secrecy, and drama that make Days of Our Lives the addictive spectacle it is. The dream of a family, Javi and Leo's adoption journey. At the center of this emotional maelstrom are Javi and Leo, a couple whose love has weathered countless storms, but now faces one of its greatest challenges, the dream of building a family. Their hearts are set on adopting Tesoro, a child whose presence in their lives promises to fill a void and bring light to their shared future. But as any Days fan knows, dreams in Salem are rarely straightforward. The path to adoption is fraught with obstacles, and for Javi and Leo, those obstacles are piling up faster than the leaves in Salem's autumn breeze. The first hurdle? Leo's criminal record. It's no secret that Leo's past is checkered, to put it mildly. His rap sheet reads like a laundry list of questionable decisions, schemes, scams, and scandals that have left him a polarizing figure in town. The adoption agency, as thorough as it is unforgiving, has raised red flags about Leo's history, casting doubt on whether he and Javi can present themselves as a stable, trustworthy unit. Whispers of Leo's misdeeds echo through the agency's offices, and Javi can feel the weight of judgment pressing down on them both. Then there's the matter of their legal status. Javi and Leo, despite their deep commitment, are not yet legally recognized as partners. In the eyes of the law, their bond lacks the formal seal that could bolster their case. This technicality feels like a slap in the face. A bureaucratic barrier standing between them and the family they so desperately want. The adoption process, already a maze of paperwork and scrutiny, seems to grow more impenetrable by the day. Melinda's suggestion, a glimmer of hope? Enter Melinda, the ever-practical voice of reason in this tangled web of emotions. Sensing the couple's growing despair, she offers a potential lifeline. What if Javi applies to adopt Tesoro as a single parent? It's a bold suggestion, one that sidesteps the complications of Leo's past and their lack of legal partnership. On the surface, it seems like a viable workaround, a way to keep their dream alive without the shadow of Leo's mistakes looming over them. But this solution is far from perfect. Adopting as a single parent means Javi would face the adoption agency's scrutiny alone, and that scrutiny is nothing short of relentless. Background checks, home visits, financial reviews, and character assessments, all designed to probe every corner of Javi's life, leaving no stone unturned. The thought of such an invasive process sends a shiver down Javi's spine. He's a man with secrets, and the idea of those secrets being exposed is enough to make his heart race with dread. Melinda's suggestion, while well-intentioned, opens a Pandora's box of fears for Javi. He knows that adopting alone might be his only shot at giving Tesoro a home, but he also knows that the process will dig into parts of his life he's kept buried, parts he's not ready to face. And it's in this moment of vulnerability that the truth comes spilling out, like a dam breaking under the weight of too much water. The bombshell, Javi's tragic past. In a scene that left viewers clutching their pearls, Javi reveals the heartbreaking truth. He is the father of a daughter who is no longer alive. The words tumble out of him, raw and jagged, as if speaking them aloud makes the pain fresh again. The room falls silent, the air thick with the weight of his confession. Melinda, ever the professional, presses gently but firmly, pointing out that the adoption agency will investigate the circumstances of the child's death. It's standard procedure, she explains, but her words land like a sledgehammer. Javi's reaction is visceral. His face crumples, his voice catches, and his eyes glisten with unshed tears. That's exactly what I was afraid of, he chokes out, his voice barely above a whisper. Before anyone can respond, he grabs Tesoro's hand and storms out the door, leaving a stunned Melinda and a trail of unanswered questions in his wake. It's a moment that crackles with intensity, the kind of scene that Days does best, raw, emotional, and dripping with suspense. The revelation of Javi's daughter's death is a game-changer, a plot twist that shifts the entire narrative. Up until this point, Javi has been portrayed as a man striving for a better future, a man who loves deeply and dreams big. But now we see him in a new light. A man haunted by a loss so profound it threatens to define him. The questions swirl like a storm. What happened to his little girl? How did she die? And, most chillingly, is Javi hiding something about her death? The mystery deepens. What happened to Javi's daughter? As of now, Days of Our Lives has kept the details of this tragedy tantalizingly out of reach. The show's writers, masters of suspense, have dangled just enough information to keep us hooked without giving away the full story. We know Javi had a daughter. We know she's gone. And we know that the mere mention of her death is enough to send him spiraling into panic and grief. But beyond that, the truth remains shrouded in mystery. Was Javi involved in his daughter's death? The question hangs heavy in the air, impossible to ignore. His reaction to Melinda's warning about the investigation suggests a man with something to hide, a secret so dark he'd rather flee than face it. But what could it be? Was it an accident, a cruel twist of fate that stole his child away? Or is there something more sinister at play? The possibilities are as endless as they are heartbreaking. Perhaps it was a car accident, with Javi behind the wheel, forever blaming himself for a split-second decision that cost his daughter her life. Maybe it was a medical tragedy, a sudden illness that no one could have foreseen, leaving Javi racked with guilt for not doing more. Or, in true soap opera fashion, could there be foul play involved? Was Javi entangled in something dangerous, something that put his daughter in harm's way? The thought is chilling, but in Salem, where betrayal and secrets lurk around every corner, nothing is off the table. Then there's the question of timing. When did this tragedy occur? Was it recent, the wound still raw and bleeding? Or is it a ghost from Javi's distant past, a memory he's tried to bury but can't escape? The fact that Javi has kept this secret from Leo, his partner, adds another layer of intrigue. Why hasn't he shared this pain with the man he loves? Is it shame, fear, or something else entirely? The emotional fallout, Javi's inner turmoil. Javi storming out of the room with Tesoro in tow speaks volumes about his state of mind. This isn't just a man avoiding a conversation, it's a man running from his past. The adoption process, with its relentless probing, threatens to unearth a truth he's not ready to confront. His daughter's death isn't just a loss, it's a wound that has never healed, a scar that throbs with every mention of her name. For viewers, this moment is a masterclass in character development. Javi, once seen as a pillar of strength, is revealed to be deeply vulnerable, a man carrying a burden too heavy to bear alone. His love for Tesoro is undeniable. He sees in her a chance to rewrite his story, to be the father he couldn't be to his daughter. But that same love makes him all the more terrified of losing her, of failing her the way he believes he failed his little girl. The dynamic with Leo adds another layer of complexity. Leo, for all his flaws, loves Javi fiercely. But Javi's secrecy about his daughter's death raises questions about trust. How can they build a family if Javi is holding back such a fundamental part of himself? Will Leo stand by him when the truth comes out, or will this revelation drive a wedge between them? The stakes couldn't be higher, and the drama couldn't be more delicious. The investigation looms. What will it uncover? Melinda's warning about the adoption agency's investigation is a ticking time bomb. Background checks in Salem are never just routine. They're a catalyst for chaos, a guarantee that skeletons will come tumbling out of closets. For Javi, the investigation isn't just a formality. It's a threat to everything he's trying to build. The agency will dig into every aspect of his life, from his finances to his relationships to the circumstances surrounding his daughter's death. And if there's anything at all that suggests Javi bears responsibility, his dream of adopting Tesoro could be over before it begins. This looming investigation also raises questions about accountability. If Javi is innocent, why is he so afraid? His reaction suggests guilt, but guilt can take many forms. It could be the guilt of a father who feels he failed to protect his child, or it could be something darker, something that could change the way we see Javi forever. The writers of Days are experts at keeping us guessing, and this storyline is no exception. Every episode brings us closer to the truth, but also deeper into the web of lies, grief, and regret that surrounds Javi's past. Speculation and fan theories. What's next? The Days fandom is buzzing with theories about Javi's daughter and the circumstances of her death. On X, fans have taken to their keyboards to share their wildest speculations, and we've sifted through the chatter to bring you the most compelling ideas. Some believe Javi's daughter died in a tragic accident for which he blames himself, a car crash, a fire, or a moment of negligence that haunts him to this day. Others suspect a more sinister plot, perhaps involving a villain from Javi's past who targeted his family. Could it be tied to Leo's criminal connections, a secret that links their pasts in ways neither of them fully understands? One particularly juicy theory suggests that Javi's daughter might not be dead at all. In true soap opera fashion, could she have been kidnapped or given up under mysterious circumstances, only to reappear years later as a new character in Salem? It's a long shot, but in a town where people routinely return from the dead, anything is possible. Another fan-favorite theory is that Javi's fear stems from a cover-up. Perhaps he wasn't directly responsible for his daughter's death, but he knows something he's kept hidden to protect himself or someone else. The investigation could blow the lid off this secret, exposing Javi to legal consequences or public scrutiny. Whatever the truth, one thing is clear: the revelation of Javi's daughter's death is just the beginning of this storyline, and the drama is only going to intensify. The bigger picture: themes of grief and redemption. At its core, this storyline is about more than just a shocking plot twist. It's about grief, the kind that seeps into your bones and changes who you are. Javi's pain is palpable, a reminder that even in the heightened world of soap operas, the emotions are real. His struggle to adopt Tesoro isn't just about overcoming bureaucratic hurdles. It's about proving to himself that he can be the father he wants to be, despite the mistakes of his past. It's also a story about redemption. Javi's journey is one of seeking forgiveness, not just from others, but from himself. The death of his daughter has left him broken, but his love for Tesoro and Leo shows that he's still capable of hope. The question is whether that hope will be enough to carry him through the storm that's coming. For Leo, this storyline is a test of loyalty. His own past is far from spotless, but his love for Javi is unwavering. Will he stand by Javi as the truth about his daughter comes to light, or will the weight of yet another secret be too much for their relationship to bear? And what about Tesoro, the innocent child caught in the middle of this emotional whirlwind? Her future hangs in the balance, a poignant reminder of what's at stake. Conclusion: a story that will keep us hooked. As we wait for the next chapter in this heart-wrenching saga, one thing is certain: Days of Our Lives has once again proven why it's a titan of daytime drama. The story of Javi's daughter is more than just a plot point. It's a window into the soul of a man grappling with loss, love, and the ghosts of his past. Every tear, every outburst, every unanswered question pulls us deeper into the narrative, leaving us desperate for answers. So, what do you think, Days fans? Is Javi hiding a dark secret, or is he simply a grieving father tormented by a tragedy beyond his control? Will he and Leo overcome the odds to give Tesoro the home she deserves, or will the shadow of Javi's past tear their dreams apart? Share your thoughts in the comments on our TV Days Drama Digest video, and let's keep the conversation going. Until then, keep your tissues handy and your eyes glued to Salem, because this story is far from over. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.